I'm Alexandra Caulfield.
And I'm Ryder White.
And you're watching
a Canadian Framelines video update.
Hello, welcome to weekly update number 25. And as you can probably tell, we are sitting in the middle of our living room sale. If you haven't heard of a living room sale, it's what you do when you're having a garage sale and it pours rain.
Welcome to Vancouver.
Yep. Well, it's not as bad today, but yesterday
it was pouring.
It was pretty bad.
And so, cheap goods, $2, come on down.
Please, we have a free box too. You can take things from the free box. So we had a really big week this week, I think. We had not necessarily entirely Canadian Framelines related, but Canadian related and Good Times related. Before I get to talking about everything else we're going to talk about, I just need to embarrass Ryder really quickly because on Friday, Ryder graduated from university. Oops, you don't want to see that. Yay! So I'm just really proud of him.
Let me just show everybody my diploma.
Yeah, well it says with distinction, so I do. So he graduated from the film program at SFU, so now has a Bachelor of Fine Arts with distinction, because he had to top me since he was done a year after
that's
me.
Useful.
But we did some other cool stuff on Friday too, so Ryder, take it away.
After I graduated and I took off the silly hat, we went down, and a good friend of ours, Mouse Hunt, has a couple of her pieces up at an exhibit, a national exhibit in Canada called Defining Moments. And Defining Moments is like a collaboration of exhibitions in different galleries in Vancouver, Halifax, Montreal, and Toronto. And essentially what it is it's a contest for young emerging artists submitting their work that kind of addresses this ambiguous Canadian identity thing, which we thought was really, really neat. And our friend Mouse Hunt is a very talented artist. We really enjoy her work, so check her out. We'll put her link in the comments under the video. But there were also some really interesting...
I was going to give a quick plug though. It's on right now. Like it's still, it opened on Friday and it's on into July. I don't know the exact dates, but we'll put that.
It's at the Gallery Gachet in Gastown in Vancouver, so check it out. We recommend it. But we found a lot of interesting pieces there, and they're probably playing over my face if I'm putting them in correctly. But it's just kind of an interesting visual art angle on what we're also trying to do with Canadian Framelines, and it kind of addresses it the way we want to, which is kind of it's not literal, you know, the interpretation of the Canadian identity question. There's a lot of room open for interpretation, and that's one of the nice things about visual art, I find, as opposed to performing arts or film. A lot of times arts like ours, they tend to take a more literal direction, especially in documentary. Whereas visual arts are encouraged to take great liberties because there's a 1,000-year tradition of visual arts, so what are you going to do anyway if you're not going to make new things? So we really want to give people the opportunity to get in touch with themselves on a subconscious, partially subliminal level about their own national identity, and hope to express that through film. So that's one thing we're also going to try to instill in people, and it's just something that we're researching. So if you have other examples about that, we would also love to see it. Yeah,
or if you have some already made visual art that you are proud of, that you think, hey, I feel this strongly represents Canada or Canadian identity or my own personal feelings about Canada, then let us know, and we'd love to feature your work on our website, CanadianFramelines.com. Another thing that we've been doing recently, and I think we might have started it by accident, but realized that it's great and it's very important. With our Canada Day event, we now have a location on Granville Island. We're right by Arts Umbrella and the False Creek Community Centre. We're in between those two buildings. So if you're coming down on Canada Day, you'll be able to see us there. And a lot of the work we're doing at that festival and also at the Spirit of the Sea Festival is going to be with engaging kids in media. And we were talking about, earlier this week, we were talking about how media literacy is getting even more and more important than it ever was in history for young people, so they understand what they're seeing and how images are manipulated, and what is and what isn't a reflection of the real world and of life, and just how we can, as Canadians, use our power over media with YouTube and even Pinterest. You can make your own pins, all sorts of social media, how we can use that to control, and not necessarily control, but have our own input into Canadian identity. Mm-hmm. So was there anything else you wanted to add on that?
Well, it was just kind of the thing that I think I realized this, and I think you realized it as well, that you know, through university and through exposure to all of these different forms, I feel like I grew a lot to the point that by the end of school I was really prepared to enter it. So that's one thing that we kind of hope to advance with Framelines, is just providing one more approach to filmmaking and media making as early as possible, to give everybody, you know, the greatest use of their time. Because life is short, and so you gotta make good art.
Yeah, come make it now.
Doesn't mean you don't have time to learn, but it always helps to get a start early. It gets really in there. So that was my observation about that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we have for you this week. So check us out on our website and all our other goodies that will be at the end of this here video. And we hope to see you next week, and then at Canada Day.
Woo!
Yeah!
So, Super 8 camera, $2. Call me.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Alright, ready?
That's my hair.
Gorgeous.
How about now?
There you go. Huh?
Wait, no. Yeah, I think a little bit more.
No.
No.